I'm not sure how much time we have left, and this might be a complicated question, but very quickly, I'll try to make it quick. We deal with a lot of Friends organizations. So many of the libraries we visit have Friends organizations. They're so vital to the life of libraries. Do the Friends organizations from the various libraries somehow work together? Do you network? Do you talk with each other about what works, what doesn't, what our needs are, those kinds of things?
Yes, there is a statewide organization, and they have a conference every year, which is our main opportunity to share ideas and help each other out, because that's vital. And I think what we're going to see happening is there's some money that is going to be funneled now into the statewide organization that will enable them to do some of the promotion of libraries that is needed all over, throughout the state. And that is a very appropriate role for that organization.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
But it's not a. Do I understand you right? It's a mostly an informal relationship that
Yes.
this Friends has with other Friends organizations.
That's correct.
Okay. I'm surprised it isn't a more formal like the library organization, because the Friends have a very hybrid kind of relationship, because you're in there with the county commissioners, with the library board, and the primary staff, or the licensed staff, but you don't have statutory authority over anything, do you?
That's correct.
So you have to do it all by persuasion.
Absolutely.
The velvet hammer.
The velvet hammer. My husband would say the barracuda, but that's but to the public.
Yeah. That's really interesting.
So, do you have anything kind of on your own personal horizon? I mean, you've done such a successful job with Friends. Do you have any idea where you might go from here?
Well, I just want to take advantage of all that I've learned in the last 2 years and really keep going, because this is an amazing organization. This Friends has been around for 31 years, and up until 3 years ago, everything was done 100% by volunteers. They had no staff. Now we have less than one full-time equivalent staff, but that's something.
Yeah.
And we are learning so much, and I think we're going to use everything we've learned and keep learning and keep growing.
Even though you don't have your own website, people can reach the Friends through the library website.
That's
Is that not true?
correct. We have a Friends link right on the library's main homepage.
Okay. You got another complicated question?
Just real quick one. If I joined I'm a member of the Friends already, but if I were to join the Friends, would I get like a badge or something?
No, you wouldn't get a badge, but you would get a membership card. You would get issues of the Explore newsletter, which has all the library programs in it, and that would be mailed to your home.
Okay.
You would get into our big, gigantic, once-a-year book sales that we call our Bookapalooza. You get in a day early. You get
Okay.
into the Friends members only pre-sale. That's a very important thing.
So
for
in addition
people.
to supporting the library, you get something.
You get
You do.
something
Oh,
back.
absolutely.
And your membership is tax deductible.
Oh, that's good. That's nice.
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much for
Thank
being
you
Well, that was
for
here.
terrific,
having me.
Sue.
That's great.
Yeah, it's
Enjoyed it.
Thank you so much.
Oh,
All right, folks,
eye color
We're gonna-
matches your shirt.
visit the library nearest you and consider joining the Friends if you're not now a member, because libraries are important to the health of our community. Thanks to Sue, and for being here and for all of her service. We'll be right back. Well, interesting, huh?
Fascinating.
Friends,
Yeah.
and when you think about the fact that, as you said, almost everywhere we go now, and we've been to, 200 libraries or something like that?
Yeah.
Well, the legacy funds have done a lot for that. But there's almost always a Friends organization involved someplace along the line, and that's something that's really important.
And we always encourage, and libraries, we always encourage people to join the Friends, because it's so
Yeah.
so vital.
What else you want to say about your library experiences? Or you want to talk about something else?
You want my quintessential library experience story?
Sure.
Here he goes.
You got one?
I got one.
Oh, good.
When I was 12 years old, I was a Boy Scout, and in the summer in that summer, I was trying to earn my Reading Merit Badge. And one of the requirements for the Reading Merit Badge was that you had to volunteer time to your local library. So I arranged to do that, went in. This was before they had computers. So they put me to work date stamping the returned books. So you had an
dating yourself. Yeah.
Well, I know. Ink pad and one of those changeable date stamp things. So I was, ka-chunk, 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 ka-chunk. So I've been doing this for about an hour, and the librarian finally comes over and asks me that inevitable question. So, Kent, do you like to read? Well, the truth is that I was kind of at a point in my life where what I really liked to read were comic books. But I confessed to her, and she didn't bat an eye. And what she did was she asked me, have you ever read The Count of Monte Cristo? So I left the library that day with The Count of Monte Cristo tucked under my arm. I came back about 3 days later, and I checked out The Three Musketeers. And I came back about 3 days later and checked out The Man in the Iron Mask, and went through all of Dumas. And when I had finished his oeuvre, I asked her, what should I read next? And she said, how about some H.G. Wells?
Yeah, there you go.
And H.G. Wells and Jules Verne and Arthur Conan Doyle. She turned me on to all of at this really important period of my life. Adventure was what I loved, and she directed me exactly correctly. So I have this great fondness for librarians. They don't only oversee our books. I mean, they do direct us.
Exactly, and that's one of the real functions of librarians, I think, is to help new readers become better readers and become more active. I think that's really an interesting. And you know what we should do? We should have a librarian or two on the program to talk about what librarians do sometime. Don't you think that we're going to?
We sure could. Absolutely.
Well, you know what?
We know a lot of them.
We do. Yes, we do know a lot of them. Well, as we sometimes say, we kick the can down the road because the old
as you
clock
sometimes say.
And so we're gonna have to just go now, and we'll talk about libraries and librarians some other time. So that's it for this program. So I want to thank Sue Gehrz, and I want to thank Ellen and my co-host Ken Kruger for being here. We really hope to see you soon at the library, and because you've got a library near you and you need to support it. You can get additional information about the Crime Wave at our website. Our website is www.minnesotacrimewave.org. You'll find links to previous programs, and you can learn about the books we've written. And you know what? We've got a little bit more time. I'm going to ask you another question, but I don't think so. We'll just listen to more of the theme as time goes on. Anyway,
It's a wonderful theme.
It isn't a wonderful.
It is a wonderful
And our
theme.
friend Michael Koch is the one who designed it, who wrote it. And
Composed is the word you're looking
Composed is the
for.
word I'm looking for. Thank you. He composed it, and he performs it actually as well. Well, you can subscribe to our occasional electronic newsletter, and to receive more information about that, about topics, and about this program, why don't you email us? We're at the Minnesota Crime Wave, MinnesotaCrimeWave@yahoo.com. Be sure to mention the title or the number of this program, which is episode number 30. So we'll see you next time, and please go to your library and read more crime fiction.